What's up, guys? Rad here. Welcome to Rad Cars, and today we're going to talk about how to own supercars and not lose money. And maybe even in some cases, own these cars, drive them for a bit, sell them, and make a profit. There's a bit of a misconception around the concept of owning and driving supercars, where a lot of people say you're going to lose a bunch of money. It's a money pit. While in some cases that is true, if you do it the right way, you actually do not lose any money. And today we're going to talk about that, as well as the case study of my Lamborghini Urus that I just sold. So stay tuned. Alright, guys, so when you want to buy a supercar and not lose any money, there's really two ways to go about it, right? First way is to buy a supercar that's around 3-4 years old, where it already took its initial depreciation hit. The thing is, with supercars, the depreciation curve is very different than a normal mass-produced car like a BMW 3 Series, 4 Series, 5 Series, etc. These cars depreciate in the first 3-4 years and then kind of flatten out. So when you're buying the car, when it's already flattened out, it's not going to go much lower. What's going to matter at that point is the mileage and the condition of the car. So you buy a nice condition, lower mileage car, drive it for around about a year. You don't want to put 20,000 miles on it. Put 4,000 or 5,000 miles on it, enjoy it, sell it, move on to the next one. Usually you'll break even at that point. Obviously you need to keep in mind the insurance cost, maintenance, because this way, especially, the cars are usually going to be out of warranty, so anything happens, you're going to have to pay out of pocket. Second way to do it is to buy a brand new exotic car that's more hyped up, more limited, like this GT3 right here. And right when the car is announced, you find an allocation. It's okay to pay a little bit more for these cars, because in the first couple years they're always going to be above MSRP. For example, this car, right when it was announced, I started looking for allocations. I paid $40,000 over for my allocation, but right now, if I were to sell it, even though I paid $40,000 more, I would probably net around $60,000, $70,000. It's just because these cars are so limited, so hard to come by. Everyone wants one, but you can't find one. You can't just go into a Porsche dealership and try to buy one. You can't. So that's my favorite way of doing it, and the car is already under warranty. I did the same thing with my Lamborghini Urus that I just sold. That's my favorite way of doing it. Other ways fine too. And let's talk about the Lamborghini Urus now. Alright, guys, so those are the two main ways of owning these cars and not losing money. First is obviously buying the used, the 3 or 4 year old supercar that's already taken its depreciation hit, where it's not flatlining and it's going to pretty much stay at the same value. Second way is my favorite way, buying them new, still under warranty. Buying the hyped up cars like this GT3, like the Urus, and many times sell them for more. And with that, let's get into the case study of my Lamborghini Urus. That car, I found it in April of last year. I called every single Lamborghini dealer in America. So these are hard to find. So you got to actually put in some work to be able to find an allocation to find the car. I found this car that was canceled by the person who ordered it. It was still under production. I gave a $5,000 deposit for them to put my name on the car, and I negotiated $5,000 off MSRP. Car arrived to me by July, end of June, beginning of July, and I paid $257,000 for it. I drove the car for 7 months, enjoyed it every single day, took it everywhere. I didn't care because I knew that it wasn't going to depreciate. And after the 7 months, 7,000 miles, I sold the car 2 weeks ago for $350,000, almost $100,000 profit. Obviously, when I bought the car, there was sales tax, registration fees, and all that. So at the end of the day, I really ended up netting $70,000, close to $70,000. I drove a Lamborghini for 7 months and got paid $10,000 a month. I mean, think about that. It's insane. It's crazy. Especially when, the narrative around supercars is that, they're money pits, you're going to lose money. It's a horrible purchase. You're better off buying this, that. And obviously that's your own choice. I love cars, and I've found the way of buying these cars and not losing money. So I really wanted to share that with you guys because I know what the narrative around them is right now, especially with, these business educators, smart money people. They're like, oh, you should have $20 million, but you have to only drive a Honda Civic. Well, actually, driving a Lamborghini Urus is a much smarter purchase than Honda Civic, where you buy it for $30,000, drive it for 4 years, and then it goes to maybe $2,000. Whereas a Lamborghini Urus, you make $100,000 driving it for 7 months. Obviously, that's not the case every time, so you do your own research. Make sure you're buying the correct car at the right time, and you're also selling it at the right time. That's very important. You can't go and buy the supercar, put 60,000 miles on it, and expect to make money off of it or break even. You're not going to. So be smart about it. Don't put too many miles on it. 5,000-6,000 miles should be the most you put. I hope that video helped you guys. There's also a lot more content on this on YouTube, on Google. People more experienced than myself talking about it. So I highly suggest you guys look into it when you're buying a supercar and you do your research correctly. Obviously, this isn't financial advice of any sort, but I'm just sharing my experience to help you guys make the right decisions and not lose money when you buy these cars. As always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for a lot of great content on the way and a new car coming next week. So stay tuned for that.